Alrighty guys, it has been requested that I do a video on my setup. It was not specified as to which part of the setup, so I'm just going to do the whole thing. Starting with some flight equipment, we've got the Virpil rudder pedals going on down here, the 3-axis combat pedals, and they've got the dampening bar on them with the variable tension, and I absolutely love them. Those things feel amazing. If I took that tension bar off and kicked the rudder pedals one way or another, they would just rock back and forth for a good long while, and I just love the way they feel. We got the Virpil Constellation Alpha left-hand configuration stick here. He's got his little hat on, his little dust cover. But I've had that stick for a while. It's actually like the earliest, it's their first like iteration of the Alpha Constellation when it first came out. I think that's the 91st stick that they made of that model, and I've had it ever since, and I just love the heck out of it. And then over here we've got the Virpil control and button panel. We've got some Cytec quadrants and a Cytec TPM with a bunch of metal switches down there. Then we've got the lighting panel going on here that we, keep some lights for the cameras and up top as well. And I can, control all that here on the fly. For the streaming itself, we've got this keyboard and mouse hovering over top of the lighting panel, the quadrants, and the button panel here, so my arm fits comfortably in this area underneath the keyboard, but I can also just turn over here and grab onto the keyboard and control the streaming computer up here with any kind of moderation or changing of scenes, anything like that. I can do that without interrupting my game or alt-tabbing, and the game is normally being recorded from the primary computer. So this is the primary computer here, kind of got the TIE fighter situation going on with the monitors just because of how incredibly wide they are. The arm could not hold them in like a letterbox fashion, so I had to turn the two external monitors vertically, and that has actually been pretty fantastic because I can do things like, make my Discord list of callers really long. When we've got a 50 people connected to the voice channels, I can see everybody all the time. So I really like those vertical monitors on the side for streaming. I don't use them at all for gaming. Everything gaming wise just goes on that center monitor here. Going back to the sim setup, I forgot about the track IR. Obviously track IR, nothing really special going on there. Everybody's kind of seen one. The only thing I do a little different these days is I got really tired of this flimsy little weak magnet and this flimsy little thing that you're supposed to sit it on. So I just kind of discard that into the back there, and I got this phone bracket holder that kind of screws into the back of this metal arm, and this is much more stable, much more solid, and I don't get a lot of like lateral movement and whatnot out of the track IR. So I've had a big success with that, and I thought I'd share it in case you guys have the same struggles. We've got camera 1 and camera 2. These are gimbal cameras. If you guys haven't seen in the videos where the cameras look like they are following me around, that is because they are, and they are they are hand signal activated, so I can lock them onto me and unlock them, and as I move around the room they will just attempt to keep me in focus no matter what I do. Those are great for, when you're working with track IR and you're moving your head back and forth all the time, or you're getting closer and further from the screen, or you're leaning left and right. These will help keep you centered up in the frame, whereas if I had a standard camera, I would, leave the frame all the time. Now, for the rudder camera, that's just a standard Logitech camera. Mounted it up here on a little, tripod. Got some ventilation down there for the toes, of course. The rudder pedals don't really move. They kind of sit in the same position all the time, so that is a fixed camera, makes no difference. And one thing that I had to do modification-wise with that is I found with the carpeting, this Berber carpet, that the camera liked to constantly focus, try to adjust the focus on it. And I found that if I just stick any kind of, I could put cardboard here, I'm sure I just had this thing laying around. And now that I've got like a solid background on it, this thing has stopped autofocusing, and it works so much nicer. I used to have to go into the options for that every single time and tell it not to do the autofocus, but it reset back to default every time. So that was one fix action that we did. Got a little trash can down there for me. We got some speakers just in case I need to, play, videos for Snack or something and have her listen, and we all want to listen together, so I can get her opinion. We've got, let me see, we've got mouse 1 mouse 2 for computer 2. We've got mouse 1 for computer 1. And this is mouse 3 for the streaming moderation tablet / playing EverQuest. That's actually what I'm doing right now. I was editing some videos when I saw that YouTube comment. And I was just sitting here cooking some food and editing videos and whatnot. You guys don't see me make a lot of EverQuest 2 videos, but I do play it all the time. It's just a really old game that nobody really cares about, and I just love it, and me and my friends, we all play it together. So if you guys ever want to play EverQuest 2, let me know. We got a little wireless keyboard back here that fits into my pocket, and I can actually carry it outside and work the computer from outside. It's got a little like mouse touchpad on it, and here, let me pull it out properly. It's got a little mouse touchpad on it and whatnot, and I can actually pull this thing out and control the computer from not actually being at the computer. Let me see, we just picked up this keyboard. You can see I've got 2 of them. This is the original keyboard, the Corsair K70. I absolutely love this keyboard, but it's very loud. It's got like extra loud switches because I really enjoy the clicky clack. However, for the purposes of making videos, I can understand that it is not always the best environment. So we went out and got a quieter keyboard. I'm not quite sure where the home is going to be for this, but I've just been using it right here for now, and it unplugs and can be put away. And maybe that's how I'll do it. I'm not quite sure. But that's what's going on with the dual keyboards down here. They are both to the same computer. One's just being integrated. Let me see, we've got Stream Deck 1 and Stream Deck 2. This Stream Deck goes to the primary computer, controls individual Discord user volumes. I can click these buttons in and cycle through the users and make you guys quieter or louder as is necessary. I can make clips, I can pause the recording, I change my push-to-talk stuff and join voice channels or leave them, do whatever I need to do. I do that normally through this panel. This panel controls the streaming computer up here. This one can make clips, leave markers, change scenery, run advertisements, all kinds of good stuff. We've got mouse number 4 sitting here, which is sometimes hooked up to a laptop that is sitting right here. There's like a music stand that I use, and I put a laptop up there sometimes if I need another computer, and this mouse would hook into that laptop whenever it's plugged in. Then we've got the Rodecaster Duo audio mixer here. This is the physical audio mixer. We do have a digital audio mixer on this computer, a digital audio mixer on that computer, and then we've got the physical one here. But this is the master that the audio goes back and forth between the 2 different computers from my microphone, so that the stream can hear me and the recordings can hear me and the clips can hear me. All that happens here. I've got game sounds on the green, I've got Discord sounds on the blue, and I've got me on the light blue. And I can, mute channels and do whatever I need to do. That has actually, for a 2 PC setup, this has been invaluable. It was very confusing at first, and I really sucked at it, but now that I've kind of figured some things out, I'm actually quite a fan of it. We've got a little power bank up here. I've got some power cords that do come through, like these, to like charge phones and things like that, but I don't like having a lot of power cords sitting around, so I just got a little power bank here that I can plug my phone into if need be. Got a USB bank in the back, and there's a few more kind of scattered about. You guys can imagine how many peripherals I've got. We always keep the sour gummy bears on lock, because you absolutely have to. We're moving up to Pigeon's setup. So Pigeon is the cat. That's her food upstairs. She's got a whole stair system that comes in behind me and moves down into a bridge type of situation behind these curtains here. She's got a whole ass bridge going on. She's got a bird feeder happening right outside. She like hangs out with the squirrels, and she's 2 feet away from the birds, and she gets super excited. She's got, of course, the Ottoman Empire up here, up on the top, so she can lounge even further. This is her system to get in and out of her little Ottoman Empire that she hasn't quite figured out yet. I think she knows that I want her to use that, so she doesn't want to out of spite, but those walls are starting to come down. I think you guys are going to see her chilling in there pretty soon. But she comes on down here and hops onto this one, and she comes on down here, and that's about the size of the space that I'm working with. It's not a lot of space. It does take up a whole shitload of the room. Now on to the embarrassing part that I'm sure you guys have gotten some glimpses of. I'm not going to hide my shame. I know everybody's moaning and groaning right now. I do not manage my cables. I used to manage my cables. I know how to manage my cables. If you guys offered me to manage my cables for me, I would deny your request, because I found that it is just not efficient for time. With as often as I am replacing equipment, running new cables, moving equipment around, changing the setup to accommodate different things, and adding steering wheels and taking away stuff, it just makes more sense for me to leave things loose. I don't have it knotted. Everything does run straight from input to source, and nothing really gets knotted, so I keep it loose like that, so that if I needed to unplug one cable and replace it, like maybe a USB extender goes bad and I just need to replace it, I can pull on one end and it will come all the way through, and then I can rerun it down through the other side and get it all hooked back up. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. It's always been like this. There's a couple of funny pictures floating around. If you ask around on the Discord, I'm sure some people still have it of me giving a thumbs up behind a selfie of wires that look even worse than this, but that's how it's always been. This is computer number 1 tower up here. This is the music stand that I was telling you guys that I use for the laptop. If I do decide to set the laptop up, it typically just kind of goes right here, and it makes it a little bit more constrained coming in. But if I'm going to be there for a while, it's just nice to have that other computer flanking me on my left side. It's just another opportunity to lurk on somebody else's stream or something like that. We got a pair of wireless headphones sitting back here that are matched up to the audio panel the same way as the other ones. Those are for like if Snack wants to come in the room and wants to like grab the headphones to like hear what's going on, so she can like hear the Discord call or hear the game sound. She can just pick that headset up and plop it on, and wait for a break in the audio before she asks me a question or something like that. Pigeon, of course, has continuous ways to get up to her little kingdom. This whole little pigeon system, you can see, kind of wraps around the entire room, going across the top of the desk. She's got a little water dish up there and a little food dish. This is streaming computer number 2 right here, and it's kind of lives a little bit lower, so he's sort of down there. And let me see, we draw power from here. Every outlet in the room has one surge protector on it. So there's one that comes from the back of there's one that comes from right there, there's one that comes from across the room and then goes across this runner here, and then there's another one that comes from here. And I haven't put my tools away yet, sorry. And let me see, I guess that's about it, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you guys are interested in this, if you want to see more of stuff like this, or if you have any particular questions about particular equipment or why things are a certain way, I'm super open to stuff like that. And I appreciate the privilege of your time, guys. Thank you for your interest, and I hope to see you again sooner rather than later. Until next time, fly safe, good hunting, and 07.